What is up, my live streamers, Twitchers, YouTubers, Facebookers, whatever the hell you are. I'm at my studio today. I'm going to be working on the same beat I was working on yesterday. I'm going to just be touching up some more, going a little deeper into it, formatting it, doing my buses and whatnot. That's what I'm going into next. Oh, I thought I had it up already. There we are. Just get everything ready real quick before I get it started. I hope y'all hear me good enough. And if you don't, I don't know what to tell you. Says you not shit sergeant. Old phone, babe. I don't remember what my password is. No. Nope. I don't ever remember my passwords no more. Oh, there it is. Did you just sign in? Yes, I did. Look, I don't like to judge people, but it's like there's principles here, you know what I mean? And it's like some people just need to understand that they don't need to be naked on social media. Like, I'm happy that you big and you proud. We don't all need to see that. Now, her on the other hand, I guess the body don't look as good as you would think. Like, she bad, but she not. That's awfully loud. Like, that is awfully loud. Yeah, had to get all my shares out on my Facebook. Alright. So, let me pull up my screen now. Uno moseco. Bada boom, bada bang, bada bang. This doesn't need to be up on this. I am going to be pulling it up on here, though. Watch it over here. I don't need the sound to be up on it. I can hear myself, you fucker. Alright, I don't know if I'm allowed to be on my live stream, but I'm gonna anyway. It's a legal substance where I live, so don't care. Spanish, you whistle, period. It's that simple. Okay, I'm gonna be continuing on to this beat I was working on yesterday. Trying to get myself together here. I'm just like all over the place today. Alright, so this is what we had. Sorry, I muted my mic. So this is pretty much what I had started yesterday. So I'm gonna be going from here. I'm gonna be working on my drum bus first. So first thing I'm gonna do, this is what I've learned. Now remember and keep in mind that I have not went to school for none of this. I pretty much have just been learning off of YouTube and other people that I have met and interacted with. Trial and error, watching a lot of tutorials, things like that. So am I doing it the, as you would say, correct way? I don't know. No clue. I can make shit sound good though. I can tell you that. But I have gotten, I guess, approval from other engineers who I look up to. So that's good to me. Good enough for me. So bam. So what I'm fit to do first, add all my drums. There's easier and faster ways to do this, but just fuck it. Alright, and this is going to add side compression, parallel compression to the beat, to the drums. Make them a little thicker, a little wide. Bump a little more. I still have to add my 808. I still haven't added that yet. I'll get to it. I'm trying to debate if I want a longer 808 with it or a shorter one. I'm thinking going with a longer one this time. these different things. It's got a whole lot of different things that I could use. A lot of different 808s. To my viewer on Twitch, what is up? Yeah, my mixer is a little messy right now. This tends to happen a lot with me, so yeah, just disregard me. Alright, but I have my 808 here, so first thing I'm going to do with the 808 is you can either right click and click edit. So you want to pull up your editor or just click Control E. That's going to pull up your Edison. All I'm really going to do is loop it. I'm just doing that so that I can have more control of the 808, you know, without the loop point, with the loop point. So now I have control when it starts and stops. I'll normalize it, stretch it, transient, generic bleeding. Now I'm going to open up a pattern first. Bring it down here. Let me actually open back up my Edison. You can pull up this little tool right here. It'll tell you what pitch the 808 is, or any sound. Detect pitch regions. It says it's in A sharp. So now what I'll do from that point is come to here, come back to my 808. I'm going to open up this right here. C, B, A sharp. So this is the root note where that 808 starts. Now I will open up my piano roll. Not using the envelope. that. Together real quick. To my drum bus as well. Now, there's a couple ways you can go about this. I'm just gonna go this particular route because it's a little bit quicker. But I'm gonna make it so that when the kicks hit, the 808 will dip back. So I'm gonna be side chaining the kick to the 808 so that they're not clashing. The way you do that, click side chain right there. You're gonna come over to your 808 over here. Open up to my side chain, just here. Bring my threshold down pretty low. I bring the knee down a little bit, but you're going to want to bring your ratio down as well. attack up just a smidge. Bring that release down. Make it a fast release. Alright, so what I did earlier was I added, I'm sorry, yeah, I added an EQ to my 808 so I could take out some of the high ends. There's a little bit of a low end here. I just wanted to take out just a little bit around where I feel as if the kick is planted. Me personally, I've learned you really don't want to do anything major as far as like EQing and stuff, because like unless like you're meaning to or like you're intending to, you don't want to really do anything too major when it comes to EQ. Just slight little things, you know what I'm saying? Like slight little like minor details that just kind of lower things just a little bit, just a tad. You don't want to OD it. You don't want to do too much. That's just one thing that I've learned when it comes to mixing. And another thing you definitely want to do is mix everything low. Make sure that you're mixing low. That is like a super important thing. Make sure you're mixing low. Turn my camera just a smidge. Okay. But yeah, make sure you're definitely mixing low. Gotta answer this. Sorry. No problem. Damn, okay. is freaking adorable. My bad, y'all. My brother is funny. All right. Continuing on. I've done all this. I still have to do the melodies too, so hold up. Let me get that done. ADHD kicks in, and then I be wanting to, like, I'll see something and then I'll be like, I do this all the time. I'm so unorganized when I make shit. So a thing that, like I said, this is just another thing that I've learned throughout time is, if you don't have to necessarily have a whole bunch of effects on all of your stuff. But me personally, I try to at least put an EQ on everything so I can EQ out everything that doesn't need to be there with, like, all the sounds that I have. So, like, my melody, like, a lot of this, like, low-end frequency stuff over here really doesn't have to be there, like the super low stuff where the bass is. You really are going to want above, you know, this 294, this 3 right here. You're going to want probably more or less around this area and up, you know, to be more present, and kind of cut out the low ends where you're really not going to need them. It'll just help with clashing and, you know, it'll just help clean up your mix just a little bit. So, like, you'll hear, it doesn't really sound like you affected too much. You know, so it doesn't really sound like you affected too much. So, I'm gonna pretty much go through now. Right now, it was just sounding a little bit too clashy to me, or not clashy, but a little bit. It was just kind of bothering my ear a little bit, and around this range, this 320, this 3270, it kind of just was bothering my ears a little bit. So I turned it down just a smidge. Thinking about adding another layer, clap, or like a snare to it. Alright, so we pretty much... I lied on that. I don't think that's supposed to... That was wrong this whole time. It was in the wrong spot. But okay, so now what I'm gonna do is start to format a little bit. And what I do with that is I'll typically just copy this whole thing. It depends on how the beat starts. Every beat is gonna be different. Sorry, I gotta just adjust my camera a little bit. Every beat's gonna be different. So this particular beat, I'm gonna start with the hook first. So what I'll do, like I said, I just duplicated everything, and hold on, I'm getting a phone call, excuse me. Yo, people get their feelings hurt so quickly. Jesus. People really get their fucking feelings hurt so quickly. I don't get it. Anyway, so yes, what I do is, so from this point, I'm gonna start just deleting. Add all the something like this. I'm gonna put this all the way in 17. See, I want that to be a little longer though, so I'm gonna stretch it. People be way too sensitive these days. Can't joke with people anymore these days. It'd be funny. Be getting mad sensitive. Put a speak on it. Hold up, because I don't typically do this. But intermission on this beat. I'm gonna speak on it. Like, so what just happened was like a friend of mine just got into a little relationship. I'm happy for her. But it's like, you don't have to brag to everybody else in the world how happy your relationship is and how happy you are. Like, we get it. We heard you the first time you told us. But, like, now you're posting, like, 4 or 5 times a day. Like, okay, we get it. Like, you don't got to keep rubbing it in all of us single people's faces and shit. Like, we don't care that much. But it's like, when I'm scrolling through my Facebook, like, I see you posting, like, every day. And I know it's not my business. And it's not me hating. It's just me letting you know, like, okay, we don't care. It's that simple. We just don't care. We just don't. So when you get super upset because I make a comment just letting you know, like, we're happy for you, but we don't care, it's not me hating. It's me just letting you know, stop being so open about your relationship, because that's how relationships a lot of the time start getting fucked up. Because you're going to see hating motherfuckers all up in your DM and shit, which is then going to make your current boyfriend probably uncomfortable a little bit, which is then going to make you, like, have issues in your relationship. So me personally, when I get into a relationship, I don't tell the whole world about everything that I have going on. I don't tell everybody who I'm talking to. I don't tell everybody all my business, because it's not their business. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, my point to it was, we don't care. Go be happy. Like, go enjoy yourself. Go enjoy your relationship. Go build your relationship. That's what I want. I want the best for all my friends. But, like, there are people who don't have the luxury, so you don't have to rub it in everybody else's face. You see what I'm saying? Like, me, I'm perfectly fine being single. Sometimes I want a relationship. Sometimes I want, you know what I'm saying, to have a girl, but that's sometimes. That's, like, nighttime when you're, like, laying in bed lonely type stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the only really time when I, like, really am like, man, I wish I had a shorty, man. I wish I had a shorty. Otherwise, it's a lot of work having a relationship. And me personally, like, I kind of like having my freedom, because then I can game when I want. I can stream what I want. I can do what I want. And I don't got to really answer to nobody. And I don't have to be on the time schedule to be, you know what I mean? So that's just me. So I just wanted to touch on that for a second, just to explain kind of what I was just looking at on my phone. And I was just looking at a friend of mine being upset because I made a joke to her, just pretty much letting her know we don't care. I'm glad you're happy, but we don't have to hear about it every 2 seconds. Like, just like people who post their babies all the time. Like, you have a cute baby. Like, we know you don't have to post a picture every day. Every 5, 6, 7, 10 pictures a day. Like, we get it. It's a cute baby. And I know I probably sound like a super big hater, and that's fine. That's so fine. But it's like, oh my god, bro. Yeah, I'm fucking be on my last, man. But anyway, okay, so intermission done. Back to what I was doing. Back to the beat making. Like I said, sometimes I just gotta. Alright, so I have this coming in. I want to have my in. So that's pretty much how I'll start it. I'm gonna get another quick riser. This I'm gonna make sure. Shout out to the Austin homie, to the homie Austin for sharing my posts, showing some love, sharing my Twitch. So make sure y'all are following me on Twitch. A Monty everywhere you go. AYEMONTIE. Type that in anywhere on Google, you'll find all my stuff. The sensitivity of people. Alright, so this is where we're at so far. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy again, but I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna actually make unique. Make unique. So now this one is what, 700 cents up. I'm gonna bring it 700 cents down. Nope, not what I want it to sound like. Bring it back up to 700 where it was. Now I think what I'll do from here. I lied. Disregard what I was gonna do. make sure like you have, when you're doing like sampling and chopping up like this, make sure you have like a or make sure you put like a generic bleeding or smooth bleeding on, so that they're not just cutting into one another. They'll kind of like crossfade into each other type deal. Really just chopping it up. Just trying to like make it sound a little different for the verse, you know. Now we've got a verse in there, but let me see how I could switch these kicks up. Alright, so we got one portion of it done. We got one verse done. I think for this next one, I'll be real with you. A lot of the times, all I do, like most of the time when I'm doing beats, when I'm making beats, is I just kind of like I'll duplicate the first verse, but like I'll switch up like the order in which everything comes in. If that makes sense. Like, so for instance, I'm going to for the second verse. I might change my mind. Alright, yeah, I pretty much got the base of the second verse down. A lot of times, guys, to be honest with you, beats are just getting simplified these days. And so me personally, I don't try to overdo it with my beats. I like to keep them simple. That's just me. I like to keep them simple because I'm listening to the beats because I do a lot of mixing and mastering as well. So I'm listening to the beats that a lot of these artists are bringing through, and they're very, very simple beats. They're very simplified beats. They're very easy to make. They're very easy to mimic. They're very easy to copy. It's not very hard to make those type of beats, and so it makes me realize that you can put 6 different elements onto a track and call it a beat. And so why try to spend all this time trying to make all these super crazy sounding beats that sound all different types of ways when a lot of people aren't even really using those? You know what I mean? They're using the really simplified beats. Like I'm in it for the long game. Like in a way, I want artists to buy my beats, and they just want simple beats they could rap over, simple beats they could sing a song over. Like if you're listening to radio beats, a lot of them are just very simple, really not hard to do. A lot of this like drill music, trap music, the Pooh Shiesties, the Lil Durks, even the Lil Babies, their beats are not, they're not advanced beats. They're very simple to make, a lot of them. You know what I mean? So I try to keep all my stuff simple. That's just me. So let's see where we're at. Real quick already, I hear something I want to change. Appreciate you, Rook. I'm just looking over to my Twitch stream. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I found the melody yesterday. It was in one of my packs. And I just kind of added to it. So we pretty much have an almost complete beat. I just have to drag the hook back over, make the outro, and really pretty much be it for my beats. Like I said, I really try to keep them simple. I don't like to do too much. I don't like to do too low. I don't like to do too much either. I even do the same with my, my mixes. I've learned just less is better. There are certain times where you have to add effects and do certain things, and I get that, but for the most part, you know, I like to keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss method. But finishing this out. This one I'm just gonna make unique so I can now something. Just add my tag to it.
Hey, Monty on the track.
Hey, Monty on the track. You don't got that on your beat. You ain't doing it right.
Hey, Monty on the track.
Actually, I'm gonna bring it back so that you can.
Hey, Monty on the track. Hey, Monty on the track. Hey, Monty on the track. Hey, Monty on the track.
Make sure you're paying attention because I almost forgot to do this. Consolidate this. Move this up to what, 16? Maybe I can add this up. that is a resap on my busy. Called it away. Yeah, man, I keep it simple. It's not as extravagantly hard as you would think it is. It's really not that difficult at all, honestly, to make beats. It's very simple. These days, people really don't want super extravagantly hard beats anyway. They just want, hard-hitting beats, hard-hitting drums. If you can put some hard-hitting drums on a beat, you'll get a rapper on it. It's that simple. And just make sure it's a good pattern. It's really all you need in this day and age. Why does my camera keep turning itself? It needs to stop doing that. But yeah, man, so that's pretty much how I be making my beats. I showed y'all yesterday kind of how I start them up. If you get stuck, like I said, it's always good to make the base of the hook first. That's what I like to do, because to me, it's just a lot easier to go off the hook part, or like the main part where the most sounds are going to be, and then just take away from it. That's just kind of a method that I have learned that helps me. And then you definitely just want to switch it up a little bit within your beat. You don't want to make it a complete repetitive beat the whole time. I have heard a lot of beats from artists who come in who, like, they'll bring in a beat, and it's a good beat, but it's like the whole thing is just the same beat just looped over and over and over, you know what I mean? And you don't want to do that, because when you're just looping the same thing over and over and over, then it becomes extremely repetitive. You want to make the beat kind of switch up a little bit. You want to give the beat kind of like make the beat tell a story in a way, you know what I mean? Even if it's a very simple story, it's a very easy, quick story. You just don't want it to be the same exact story over and over and over and over the whole 2-3 minutes, you know what I mean? And another thing is, people have short attention spans these days, so with your beats, you just kind of want to keep things short. I try to keep them at most 3 minutes, or a little bit over 3 minutes maybe. But a lot of songs these days are like solid 2:30. They're under 3 minutes, a lot of songs these days. So you want to keep them short. People really don't listen to the whole songs anymore, in my experience. I don't. I know sometimes, like, I gotta change the song if it's too long, But that's just me. I don't want to tell anybody how to make their music. You make your stuff how long you want. That's just me personally. But that's all I'm gonna do for my beat making right now. I am gonna go stream gaming for a little bit on New World. I'm gonna give myself a few minute break, get up, get myself back together, and then I'll be streaming New World for a little bit. So for now, I will catch y'all later, and thank you for who has tuned in. If you want to come back in a few minutes, I will be definitely coming back on in a